Hey everyone, this is a 2-year-old. She is one of the ones I got from Montana, and this is my first day working with her. So about 30 days ago, I put a halter on her for the first time, and I've been tying her up to the tree for about 4 to 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and letting her learn to give into pressure and fight herself and kind of figure life out. And so I've taken the flag out there a couple times and just spent a couple minutes with her, brushing her with it. That's why she did so good with the flag today. But I really like to use flags to get them used to me touching everywhere on them, and I'll wave it up behind their back so that they learn to stand when they're not really sure what to do. And next I'll grab the tarp. I use tarps lots of different ways with them. Right here I'm just brushing her with it and throwing it up over her back like I would a saddle. Tarps feel weird. They make a lot of weird noises. She's never had anything on her back. So right here, she went and stood pretty good. And so I'm getting her used to that feeling of having something on her back and moving around with it. She did extremely well with that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the saddle pad, let her smell it a little bit here. And I went and threw it up on her. And something I've started to do lately is I will grab a cotton lead rope, and instead of using a flank rope like I used to use a lot, I'll just use this cotton lead rope and tie it around their girth area as I would a cinch, and let them get used to that pressure and that feeling of moving around with something a little less, a little easier than a saddle. It'll kind of give me an idea of what they're going to do with the saddle, and it also gets them more comfortable with that feeling before I do go and saddle her. And so she took it all really well. Pretty easy. She was getting bored. I was getting bored with her, and so I decided I'd go ahead and move to the next step, and that is grabbing the saddle. It's really good to back horses up a lot and let them learn that you have a personal bubble. So here I'm going to go ahead and let her smell the saddle a little bit and go ahead and throw it up on her back. And doing all that tarp work and flag work up over them will make them stand when I go to saddle them. That is the number one. They need to stand no matter what I do. Right here, I put the latigo through the cinch and kind of moved her forward a couple steps to get her used to that feeling of it underneath there. And she didn't mind it, so I figured I'd go ahead and saddle her all the way up. And I sent her off here. I was kind of encouraging her, just walking her. I don't like it when they blow up and really buck hard. So if I can keep it as low-key as I can, that's the goal. And so she didn't actually buck once today with the saddle. She's not fit, and sometimes for unfit horses, it can be hard for them to lope around a round pen for a little bit. And I'm going to be working with her every day this week. My goal is by Friday to be loping her outside of the arena, so it's kind of a little bit of a challenge for myself, but it'll be good, and I know that she can definitely handle it. And so I'm lunging her around here, just working on keeping her going. She kind of wanted to stop. She's not used to this lunging thing. It's my first day today doing any groundwork with her. And so here I'm working on yielding her hindquarters and getting her to follow me a little bit and really gather up with me. Something I like to do with the tarp, again, is put it through my saddle and lunge them around with it. And so I'll start with me holding it so I can pull it off if they really freak out. But she didn't mind it much, and so I went ahead and lunged her around with it. Right here I'm using it on the outside, letting her get used to something touching her back legs and something following her. That can really scare a lot of horses. And so doing all this groundwork will make it when I go ahead and get on her back, she's able to think and listen to me instead of take matters into her own hands. And she did really good, so I'm going to go ahead and call that a day and unsaddle her.